you ready to go? Okay, whenever you're ready. Okay. I'm here with the incredible Amanda Lepore. Amanda, you were bullied, you told me, when you were a kid. How did it affect you growing up as a child?
It was really awful. You know, I spent a lot of time alone, and you know, it felt like a hopeless future. Like I really felt like, you know, I just wanted to be left alone. I didn't want to be the most popular kid or anything. I just wanted to be like left alone, and you know, I would cry myself to sleep a lot, and it really affected my studies like a lot. And in fact, like I couldn't go to school. When I started transitioning when I was 15, I was in like the second year of high school, and I took hormones secretly, so I developed breasts like in a month, and I went back to school as a girl, you know, pretty much, and they stopped harassing me at that point, but the guidance counselor said that I couldn't go to school like that, so I had a tutor. And then when I was alone with the tutor, my grades went up from like D's and F's to A's, and everything was like a A pretty much.
Did your parents support you?
Well, my mother was schizophrenic, and I lived with her, and my father just came to bring food and stuff till, you know, I was 18, and he would just like come once a week or something. So
you ended up getting married, didn't you, when you were 18?
Yeah, I ended up getting married. Well, I mean, after, you know, it sort of all ended like after I started transitioning, because it, you know, I like got out of going to school and got the tutor, and my grades went up, and then my father sent me to hairdressing school, and then I met, you know, my husband, and then we later got married, and it was completely different. So I can't more farther back, it's like more when it was hard, and you know, just like growing up. But I just wanted to make the point of how different, like, you know, that grades are really bad, and you know, sometimes when you're harassed, it's also like the teachers kind of take a dislike to you too, because your grades aren't, so they think that you're stupid or you deserve to be harassed.
It affects everything in your life.
It affects everything, and it just sort of snowballs into everything, you know.
Is it affecting you still to this day?
It doesn't anymore, you know, like, but it did affect me for like a long time. Like I was afraid of people. I couldn't perform or do anything that I did now. I mean, it's probably why I found success later in life, you know.
You said you were suicidal when you were being bullied.
Oh yeah, like I did, you know, thought that it might have, you know, you might as well, you know, because I was being treated so badly. So I got, you know, it was really scary, you know, like, and it's like, you know, how are you supposed to...
Just because you were different, because you were so special.
Yeah, because I was different.
You're a woman. What do you consider, like, do you consider yourself part of the LGBT community?
Well, I'm definitely a heterosexual woman, but, yeah, you know, like, I don't deny that I was once a boy, and, you know...
You think sexuality is spiritual?
Yeah, I mean, it was in my soul. Like, I felt like a girl. I didn't understand when I was a child of why, you know, they were cutting my hair, or just, like, I really was a girl, completely. And I didn't know anything else, and that's why it was so difficult for me to, you know, because I would just behave like a girl, and substitute teachers didn't know if I would be dressed as a boy with short hair and everything, and the substitute teachers weren't sure if I was a boy or a girl. You know, they would have to ask.
Do you think that all this art and creativity has helped you overcome all this pain and anxiety you felt by being bullied as a child?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, I became an individual because, you know, I mean, one of the reasons why I dressed the way I do and everything kind of shaped me, because I was alone, and, you know, when I grew up, I didn't really want to look like the people that were harassing me or the normal society. I kind of escaped with old movies and Marilyn Monroe and, you know, things that had nothing to do with the era that I grew up in, and I just didn't want to look like them because they were so nasty to me, and, you know,
why do you think people are scared of people that are different? Why do you think people are so cruel?
I think that they don't understand it, and they're ignorant. Or I think a lot of times, you know, it's their parents too, or older brothers, or they're just imitating it and stuff and everything, and or insecurities, or, you know, it was kind of like weird because like the most masculine guys that had no trouble with being clearly a man and everything were the ones that would defend me. You know, so I think, you know, They probably just sensed what I knew, that I was a woman, and they would get confused over it, and they would find themselves treating me like that, and then they would get angry. Where the ones that were secure in their sexuality and would defend me, because they probably sensed it too.
Why do you think everyone puts labels on one another? Like when people call you transgender or transsexual, does that upset you or hurt you? Or?
I mean, it doesn't, because I think I found success. I mean, David LaChapelle, I would kind of like listen and make him shape me, kind of, because he loved me so much and was this muse and everything.
But you're very much your own woman.
Yes, but he would not so much then, though. I think I was like a little bit overwhelmed and more passive, and I think I just from having success for so long, I think I'm stronger now. But like when I first started modeling for him, I think I was like more did what he wanted me to do, and it was all like an acting kind of thing. It wasn't really me, but I think I trusted him, and like the attention from him, and it kind of validated that, that I was beautiful. It was just like a whole different sort of a thing, like it was sort of like a self-confidence. I didn't have much self-confidence.
I find that so hard to believe.
And then after him, I had a lot more self-confidence.
And you're very self-confident now?
Now I'm a lot more self-confident, because even though there's people that you can't make everyone like you, but there's so many people that do like me, that there's and love me, that there's like enough of them that it doesn't really matter, and it doesn't affect me if anyone doesn't like me. Sometimes like I'll see like a comment or something, and then and
does it bring you back to when you were being bullied? When someone
it sort of does, and I'll just like sort of investigate why, and then I'll see them, and they'll be like overweight and not attractive, and then I'll go like, oh well, no wonder they're making fun of me, because they're insecure themselves. So like I kind of like analyze it and have like more of an intellectual view.
So like, would that be the advice you would give to kids being bullied and being beat up because they're different? Would you tell them to throw themselves into art and creativity?
Well, I mean, it's not for everyone, but I mean, you have to realize that your life you have to kind of be true to yourself, and you have to realize that it's just, childhood is like a short period of your life, and you could get out of it, and it's going to be much different, and that for all those people that hate you, it's going to snowball into so many people that do like you for being different, and you don't really realize that when you're in school and stuff. And I think that things are different now. Like I have friends that are like 17 years old, and they go to art school, and they're very androgynous, and the times are different,
Do you ever feel threatened walking down the street in New York? No, because you're safe here.
No, well, I kind of created kind of a world where of safety, because of being harassed all the time, and from the past, like I wouldn't plop myself and move in the middle of Jersey or Georgia or someplace where it would have to be like an open-minded place, and I think that's why I just like stayed here all the time, because I was left alone.
And you surrounded yourself with people that loved you.
If I see something going wrong, like I had boyfriends in the past, and I could tell that it wasn't the right thing, and you get like an instinct of that and everything, and then I did just stay away from people or negativity with people or anything. I try to surround myself with people that are more supportive and stuff.
And ask you a question, if all the LGBT people in the world took away all the art we'd given the world, there would be no Nutcracker Suite by Tchaikovsky, there would be no Sistine Chapel by Michelangelo.
It's very important.
What do you think would happen if we all took everything away that we'd given the world, the beauty? No one would be dressed anyone to the Oscars.
It would be very boring.
It would be very
boring, and people wouldn't be entertained, and would probably be a lot of violence and everything, because I think all that stuff soothes the savage beast, and there has to be an outlet, there has to be everything, not just one thing. Not everybody could go in that direction, but they should, you should just do pretty much, if you're not hurting anyone and you're contributing to society, and you're a nice person and everything, then there's no reason why anybody should be harassed for that. That's like a stupid reason.
And do you find people are intimidated by you or afraid of you because you're different? Why is it so wrong to be different?
I think that people are more afraid of my pictures and stuff. I think in person I don't really get that, because I'm kind of smaller and nice, and so I never get that. People I guess I'm appealing.
Yeah.
That's the only way that I could say it in real life, but sometimes my pictures or videos or something people are
hypersexualized
are more scared of it or something. I mean, I don't know.
Because it really isn't a big deal, is it? Or sexuality.
Well,
it's overrated,
don't
right?
really mean it that way. I just find it pretty, and I always wanted to be feminine and curvy, and
Jean Harlow, Marilyn.
It's part of. I think the sexiness is part of the movie star thing. I don't. I mean, otherwise I would do porn and be working in a strip place or something that I never did. It was like more of a. I don't merely mean it that way. I mean it like more as in
art,
or like being happy with being feminine and
being happy with being yourself,
showing your boobs and stuff like that, or even being naked in a pretty way is
so beautiful,
very feminine and pretty, and I just find it pretty and everything. And
what's pride to you?
Just feeling good about yourself, I think.
Yeah, and what would you like for your future now? That you finally, it took you this long to get over all this, what the bullying did to you, didn't it?
Yeah.
You're finally happy. I can see it. You're shining.
Yeah.
What do you want for your future?
Well, I just want to continue and doing music and performing more. I really enjoy performing, and I think that I'm good at it. And I'm going to be doing a movie and different things. So
You're living
I
a
like
dream.
to keep myself busy. Yeah, everything is going really well.
And if you can do it, Amanda, like anyone out there can do it, right?
Yeah, anyone could do it.
If they set their mind to it?
Yes.
Amanda Lepore, you're an inspiration. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Okay, thank you.
I really, really appreciate it. This is the incredible Amanda Lepore.